Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. I'm not sure how I look. I just got out of the shower, actually. I just got out of the shower. And I was listening to after my shower, I was listening to a tarot on uh, divine masculine energy. Mm-hmm. And the tarot I just read suggested that a lot of the divine masculines are, kind of focusing more on work and trying to not let any connection really throw them off right now. And that's a good idea. I think the male energy, masculine energy, need to focus on themselves right now. Focus on yourself. Focus on your bag, getting your money right, getting your affairs in order. Focus on stuff like that for the moment. So I don't know what this reading is going to be about. I don't know if it's going to continue with this male focus at the moment, or if it's going to switch over to something else. I don't know. But it also said that a lot of the masculine energy out there, not only are they focusing on work, but a lot of them are angry. Angry at what's happening, angry at the results of the union. Angry at the results of the union. So, an angel message has come out. Interesting. It's distractions. Distractions came out. I don't know if you can see it. Distractions. And it says, control your thoughts and actions to help you stay focused. Okay, so this is going to be a divine masculine reading because I turned the camera on thinking about, the masculine energy. Control your thoughts. Men, control your thoughts and actions. And not even just men. I think just masculine energy, period. You know what I'm saying? Because now that I'm a single woman, I have to learn to balance out my feminine and masculine energy. I've been functioning in a very masculine capacity for at least 3 years. At least 3 years, I've been acting like a man. Making men decisions and, with the marriage being like it is, ending, the separation has been happening for 9 years. So toward these last 3 years, due to just normal separation stuff, my masculine energy has had to rise to protect my life and steer it so I can be where I'm at today. Because I'm at the point now, I have burnt my finger with the lighter. I was trying to light my candle in a. So anyway, so now that a lot of my life decisions that needed to have been made from a masculine or, energy standpoint, I've got all that stuff done. Like money and houses and who owned this and what and all, just splitting up assets over the past 3 years. When you go through a divorce, a separation divorce, you got to split up assets and all that. So I had to go into a very masculine mindset, and think of, things like that. And so now that a lot of that has been accomplished, even though I'm not at the divorce line, now my more feminine side can come back. You know what I mean? That, just that happy, giddy, submissive, person that I am. I've always been me, and I want to, I'm slowly getting back to who I've always been before the depression, the, before the bad stuff started taking over my life. You know what I'm saying? Before bad choices and before disobeying God. You know what I mean? You know, my problem in life, my problem in this marriage, in my life, is my disobedience to God. My personal disobedience to God contributed to all the chaos. In 2012, he told me he called me to preach. Period. And I was on fire, and I ended up in Atlanta. I ended up at a church in Atlanta, and they even let me, I don't know if they let me preach. Did I preach that time? I don't know, but I was always up at the pulpit doing something at the pulpit. You know what I mean? And so I ended up at a church in Atlanta. I don't know. But then I went back. I went back to Michigan. I left Atlanta, Georgia, and I went back to Michigan. And when I went back to Michigan, I couldn't get it back. There was nothing to go back to Michigan for. There was no preaching, no church, no, I chose that family life. I chose the world over my calling. And then it opened the door to a whole bunch of sin to come into our family. I mean, when I say sin, just wiped our family out. Woo! I mean, thank God that we were strong enough to get the kids to a safe place. All of our kids are okay. They grown. They grown kids. But, and we're the ones that shortchanged and broken and whatever. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it when your kids is okay and you did what you had to do for your kids. It come with a lot of risk. And for me, it has to be worth it because I made that choice. I put my kids before my calling. And I can accept that. I can accept that. And that's why I had to hang around all these years until everybody was okay. Because I know all this was going on because of my disobedience. I know the word of God. I know God's word. And whenever he deliver you from a situation and then you go back, when he clean your house out, when he clean you out, and then you go back into sin, several more demons pile up on your ass. Yeah. When God deliver you, and then you go back. And I went back. In 2012, 13, I went back. And I stayed the course. I did. I stayed the course until this year, 2020. And I endured whatever I had to endure. I ended up a bad reputation. Just looking like a crazy damn fool. I mean, but it's worth it because my kids are okay. I did it for my kids. I don't mind looking like a broke down, crazy stink hole because my kids is good. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that I was putting myself in that kind of harm's way. Bad reputation and all that, I didn't know, but it don't matter. My kids is good, I ain't the kind of woman that don't finish my commitments, But at this point in my life, I have the right to save my life. Now that I've, finished my commitment to man by raising a family, now I can, I'm in the apartment alone, but I think I felt some energy in here. I heard something, felt something, but my birthday fish is right here with me. Let me show y'all my birthday fish. My niece and great nieces and nephew got me a birthday fish. And this fish is so important to me because I just turned 51, but I had spent like 2 years talking about having a 50th birthday party. And I was talking about how I want my party at a hall, and I want my party to be like this, I want my party to be like this. Because my 50th birthday party, I really, really wanted a big old hall, and I wanted all my family and friends to celebrate me being alive and still being, at that time, my husband and I were back together because we had broke up, and then we had got back together. So I just want to celebrate having my marriage back together. I want to celebrate being 50. I want to celebrate that I know I'm Dr. Alicia the preacher. I want to celebrate that I made it. That I made it and I won. I made it. I won. Maybe nobody else, but I made it. I won. God asked me to have a baby when I was 21 years old. I was married already, but he asked me to have a baby, and I had a baby for the Lord. And then I asked him for a child. He gave me a child, and I finished raising those kids. You know what I'm saying? And then along the way, I was asked to adopt kids in a marriage, and I did that, and I raised them kids all the way up until this year. My kids is 21 and up. I got 4. 21 and up. And I did the damn job. And I got the pictures to prove it. Can't nobody say I ain't put all I could into my kids. Can't nobody say that. Not even them. And if they do say it, then, they have the right to say it. But that don't mean it's true. I gave it my all, So, and I have no regrets. All I can do is apologize and keep apologizing for having really sucky relationship skills. Really sucky relationship skills where I couldn't keep my second marriage together. Just couldn't do it, And but distractions, we need to, let me adjust this light. There we go, yeah. So distractions help control our thoughts and actions to keep us focused, And so also one of the things that I was thinking about when I turned this camera on is, this whole situation with church. Y'all know how I got a lot of church hurt, and I be saying, I hate church. You know what I mean? I be saying that. I'm all dramatic. But I've decided that I am going to continue to go. But I know it's temporary, I know it's temporary. God's has given me confirmation on that. He's given me confirmation that I am to continue going to church, but it's just temporary, that it's not a permanent place for me. So I'm going to go and I'm going to heal my church hurt and pain and have a different perspective of church. You know what I'm saying? Because I do want to lead others to their community churches. But I want to also offer a service to churches to help them improve. If you know you got a crooked church, if your church ain't right. If your pastor is sleeping with members. You know what I mean? If the first lady stealing offerings to buy clothes and hats and fancy shit. I mean, y'all know what's going on at y'all church. Y'all know the wrongs. You do. And if you need some help fixing that, bring some experts in to help y'all clean up the church. Stop having all this stuff in secret, secret and silence and all this stuff. Bring everything out in the open. Clean up your church. Clean up. Find out if your pastor is stealing money. If you have a board of trustees and things like that, Everything needs to be evaluated. Have an expert come into your church. Pay them. Have them come in. It's called organizational dynamics. Have them come in and evaluate your church from top to bottom up. Really start from the top, you know, and have your church evaluated, because a lot of these churches are crooked. They are. So, but we need to clean them up. We need churches. We do. I need to be in church, but I don't want to be committed to no crooked church. That's all I'm saying. Let's clean these bitches up. So when I send families and new people coming to these churches, they won't be having to go through all the bullshit that I have gone through. Crazy bullshit right at church. That's just don't make no sense to me. So, yeah, get your church cleaned up. Get your actual home cleaned up where you live. Get your church cleaned up. Get your house in order. This temple here, your Holy Ghost temple, get your body, physical body, your actual physical house home, and your church home, clean it up. Some of y'all actually need to go to Walmart, get a couple of cans of paint or something, and actually paint the building. You know, if your church looking all old and dusty and need a paint job, or, you know, hang up some fresh curtains, do something. But protect the assets. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, it's time to celebrate. You know, celebrate your success. And sometimes it's hard to see success. This is what the Nine of Cups. And sometimes it's hard to see success when you're distracted. It's hard to see what you've accomplished when you're distracted. You know, unless you focus in, control your thoughts, you know, it's hard to see the success. Don't let your pain that you feel right now, the anger that you feel right now, don't let that rob you from seeing the beauty of what you did accomplish. Just because we're separated, headed for divorce, men, it doesn't mean that everything was a failure. Everything was not a failure. And this is the time to cut away all the bullshit and hold on to what you got. Hold on to what you got real tight, you know, for a few months, you know, because there is an abundance coming. There's an abundance coming, and this is time to celebrate. Celebrate that you got that time, that you got that experience, that it made you a better person or put you in a position to be a better person. You are better off as a person with all that family experience that you've had all this time. You're better of a person now than you were before all this stuff had happened. You were a single person before all this happened with limited experience, at least not the experience that you've gained with this family. So now you're wiser, you know, you're smarter, you're experienced, you got love on many levels. Love from a wife or a husband. You know, if you're a woman watching this, you got love from a husband, love from the kids, love from in-laws, love from church. You got love from all places, from places that you would not have normally gotten love from had you not entered this marriage in the first place. So stop acting like, you know, you such a victim. You ain't that big of a victim, because you did benefit from this shit. You did benefit from this family. So act like it and celebrate it. Celebrate what you got left, because not everybody even had what you have. So you're sitting up here worried and stressing and worried and angry and mad and blaming people and all that shit. Let it go. Let it go. Let go all the drama and the bullshit and celebrate what you got. Celebrate what you got. Be thankful for what you got left. If you got a job, you got some kids to love and love you, do that. You know, you got, some grandkids that you have easy access to. You know what I'm saying? Do that. You got family still and church and a job. You still got a life. It ain't over for you. And guess what? New love is coming your way. After this divorce, or even before, some people meet people before, just, but new love is going to come. Don't sit up worrying about this no more. It ain't worth it. It's just this situation, is not worth worrying about no more. And it's also worth celebrating, what you've gotten out of it. Okay? Stop worrying about this shit and celebrate what you have gotten out of it. That's better than most, And it's not that it's a competition about whose life is better or worse than the other, But it just goes to show that we're not unique to the struggle. We're not unique to the struggle. And because we're not unique to the struggle, we know we can be okay based on the outcome of many other people who's been in the same situation. Okay, justice in reverse. Ooh, justice in reverse. Wow, community. Communicate. Things don't feel balanced right now. Things don't feel fair. Things don't feel balanced. It don't feel like things are going to come out right. Right now, because we're going through a cold winter. These are the winter months, and it's cold. And it feels lonely and cold, and that's where the anger, and there's no communication, there's no contact, no communication. It's just, it's just intense. And it's all understandable. Very understandable. But again, control your thoughts. Control your thoughts and actions. Don't be violent. Don't be violent. Don't break shit. Don't punch walls. Don't kick shit. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself and others or things. Control your thoughts. Control your actions and stay focused. Stay focused on what you got left. Your job, a home, a car. You got family. You got kids. You got grands, kids. You may not have access to the same people you always had access, because that's what divorce do. It divides. It splits families up. Families split up. And during that split, everybody decide who sides they're going to take, I guess you could say. Some people are blessed to be able to stay connected to both parents. But some people, or to the couple, both of the people in that marriage. But a lot of times, it's not that simple. Some people follow the man, and the other people follow the woman, because to keep it from being messy, Because when you have new relationships and stuff, you want to give your new relationships a fair chance. You do. You want to give them a fair chance to not have to keep running into your ex all the time. Don't nobody want to see your ex, and they kids in your face all the time. Now your kids is your kids. You know what I mean? Your kids, your natural, biological, adopted kids, are yours, But when you are divorced, it's different. The kids you came in with usually are the ones that go your way, and the ones that, that belong to the man. Those are the ones that stay connected with him. It's called breaking up. Stuff ain't gonna be the same. All right. Oh, justice came out twice. So we got the justice card twice. It may not feel like justice right now. It may not feel like justice right now. Things may not feel balanced right now. But with this justice card coming out, it is on its way. Things will, it may not feel that way now. That's why this justice card in reverse. But when it comes to your love life, your new love life, whether you a man or a woman, this lighting is horrible. Let me see, hold on. Okay, yeah, there we go. Whether you a man or a woman, there will be justice in your next relationship. So keep working on yourself. Keep working on yourself. Keep staying focused. And then you will see justice in your love life. There will be balance. Right now, you might be struggling with some, sexual addictions and things. You might be, feeling real horny. And just because you separate and divorce, that don't mean your sexuality turn off. You still feel very sexual. God just kind of recently removed all that burning desire in me. He just took that shit away. I was like, ugh, you know what I mean? Thank you, Lord. I'm so glad I'm not a man, because it must be hard for men, because y'all junk is on the outside. Mine's on the inside, and I'm not trained to be all up in there on myself. I'm not really I don't really masturbate that much, I do on occasion, but it's just not like often at all. Maybe once a quarter. You know what I mean? Once every few months or something. You know what I mean? I'm one of those. I'm rather asexual, to be honest. People may not believe that a polyamorous woman, that's a woman that's open, has open relationship, that's polyamorous, would have very few partners and don't have sex much. Well, that would be me. But, so again, people need to keep their mind open. Keep your mind open. But yeah, so, but as far as your love life, I'm celibate now. I've been celibate for months now. Celibate. I don't want nobody touching me. I don't even want nobody touching me. I can't explain it. I just don't. I don't even want nobody touching me. Just don't. Oh, Jesus. You know what I mean? I'm so happy. I just want to be naked, running around naked in my apartment. I just came from a new resort, running around naked outside and hot tubs and shit. That's what I like. I like the feeling of water. I like being in water. And I like the feeling of water just touching all over my body at once. Can't no man do that. Can't no woman do that. Can't no human being touch every part of my body at the same damn time, like water does. Water touch me all over at the same time. So that's some deep shit. That's how sensual I am. I'm a sensual being. Just want to be touched, all the time. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be penetration sex, I mean, it can be, but it ain't got to be. You know what I'm saying? So, your love life, there's going to be justice in your love life. You will be open to love again. Even if you was the wrong, even if you did a lot of wrong in the relationship, all that's forgiven. It's forgiven. You are free. Forgive yourself. Other people have forgiven you already. All you need to do is forgive yourself. And then you will get this hot, passionate love again with someone new. Someone new is waiting just for you, man. You a man. It's a woman out there who can't wait to get her hands on you. She can't wait to please you. And it's coming. It's going to be a cold winter, and you could meet her over the winter. And that way your spring will be so warm, and your summer will be an abundance of love, So men, don't be so angry. Don't be so out of balance for too long. Forgive yourself. Forgive the woman for hurting you, for doing you wrong. Forgive her. And if you did her wrong, forgive yourself for doing her wrong. And do the work inside. Do the work inside. Do the healing work inside. Deal with your childhood trauma. Deal with, anything in your life. Deal with that shit so that you'll bring justice to yourself. Bring your own justice in your mind, in your heart, so that you can open your love back up. Open your love back up. It's a woman out there wanting you to feed her grapes and shit. It's a woman that wants you to massage her feet every day. You got to tell a woman that you love her every day, like multiple times. You got to tell a woman how beautiful she is. Baby, I ain't never seen a woman as beautiful as you. It's a lot of good-looking women and men in the world, but when it comes to, like, pure beauty that pricks my heart, ain't nobody got it like you, babe. A woman need to hear that every single day. You can't let years go by without giving your wife a compliment. You can't let years go by without her saying that, baby, you so beautiful. You make me feel like I'm the only man on this earth. That's the impact I want to have on a man. I want a man that, I excite him so much, where he is just so glad to be with me and happy to be with me and honored to be with me, where he just compliment me every day, all the time. I should hear I love you all day. I should hear compliments all day long. It should not be years. It just shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? Women shouldn't have to beg for compliments. See how he's just like all on her. He's into her. He's into her. They're intimate. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I ain't got to be married to have this shit either. I ain't fuck marriage at this point in my life. I don't want to be married no more. I could end up married. I could end up married. I could. But, I'm for everybody at this point. I'm for everybody. I just want to be Dr. Leisha, the preacher, who is available and accessible to everybody. I'm the kind of woman, I have always been the kind of woman that opened up my home to people who need help. People who are homeless, motherless, fatherless, sisterless, brotherless. You know what I mean? I open up my heart and my home and my life to anybody at any time. I feel like all these resources that God give me, even my little free apartment in the projects, it's still not just for me. It's for when, it's for me, yeah. But God, it's not limited to me, this apartment. If somebody out there needs some help and God's connect me with them as being their helper, I'm opening my doors. And as a single woman, I don't have to worry about their safety and protection. When I was a family woman, opening my doors like that, it created some stuff in my family life. It did create a burden in my family life, but it's a calling on my life. You know what I mean? And so now I feel good about being able to open up my heart and my door to any family without hurting my own family now. I ain't got to hurt my family to do what God had me to do. You know what I mean? And see, when God, now, that's how I know I'm a pastor, because I've always opened my heart and opened my home, my physical home, to families to come in and heal. I mean, I've had families live with me for like 6, 7 years. I've helped the mother, the daughter, the grandkids. You know what I'm saying? I've helped families. Now, did those families end up creating a burden on my family? Yeah, it did. But, that's just the calling on my life. I mean, I can't help the calling on my life. Even before I even had my own families and stuff, I've been doing this since forever. When I was in college, I did this. When I was in college, I had took triple pace chemistry one summer. My words are messed up. Triple pace organic chemistry. I gotta stop being so distracted, talking so fast. I need to control my thoughts and my words and stuff. But yeah, and I didn't want to take it by myself. So I had one of my friends move in with me because she wanted to take the class, but she couldn't afford housing. So she was going to live in her car that summer. And I was like, girl, come on. And she was a white girl too, but I was like, girl, come on, I need a study partner. I needed a study partner, and she needed somewhere to live. So I took her in for the whole summer, and we studied organic chemistry together and passed. So again, this is just who I am. And I had a boyfriend at the time, and as far as I know, I don't think they had sex together. And if they did, I mean, it didn't bother me. I still passed my organic chemistry. I needed to pass organic chemistry. I couldn't worry about if my new roommate and my boyfriend was gonna be having sex behind my back. I wasn't gonna let sex keep me from getting my degree. Just saying. So, but I never heard no rumors or nothing like that. So I ain't had that kind of problem, But I'm at the point in my life now, because of my ministry, God bring people into my heart, into my home. I gotta stay single because I don't want to tempt nobody. I don't want to tempt nobody into inappropriate stuff. I can't set myself up where family and friends and others piss in my ministry pool. I have a ministry, and I can't let people piss in my pool. No family, no friends. Because the kind of ministry I have, people warn you all the time, you can't be bringing women around your husband and sons. You can't do that. Well, you know what? I mean, I understand that wisdom. I do. But it's not my ministry. God has a ministry on my life, and God ordains me to open up my heart and my home to families, to healing, whether it's the husband, wife, kid, whatever, whoever needs it, they come in, and I provide the service, the healing and the love, and I'm never inappropriate, and I never cross the line, and God knew what he was doing when he gave me a family. And God knew the temptation that he was presenting to the family. But we all made it. And we may as well celebrate it. Thank God we got through all that shit. But my ministry is still going on. Because my ministry has always been there. I remember when it first started, this ministry. I was in middle school. And I remember in middle school, one of my friends came to me and said, can I stay the night at your house? Because my mom has to go to the hospital or something like that. Her mother had to go in the hospital. And so I went home. My mom didn't even know this girl. I rarely knew her. She was just a girl at my school. So I went home and asked my mom. I said, Mom, I have a friend at school, and her mom's going to the hospital, and she said she needs somewhere to stay. So my mom agreed and let the little girl come and stay. She ended up staying with us for the whole summer, like 3-4 months. School started. My mom had to buy her school clothes right along with us and stuff. So, I was in middle school when I first started bringing people home to help. So it's something that is just a part of my spiritual journey and legacy. And I've always been this way. And, and I thank God for this gift. And I'm not going to stop just because of some, challenges in the past. No, I ain't going to stop. This is my calling. This is my anointing. And I'm proud of my work. I'm proud of my work, because God gave this to me. He gave me this ministry as early as middle school, helping people, taking them into my heart, taking them into my home, healing them, and then putting them back out in the world whole again. I don't hold people hostage. I let go as soon as God say let their ass go. You know what I mean? Because I like my alone time. I do. I like walking around my apartment naked. But when people hear, I can't do that. And that's okay, because I don't mind sacrificing, having, putting some clothes on to save somebody's soul. My nudity is not that important. So, but I thank God that I forgive myself. I forgive my family. I forgive my friends. I forgive everybody for everything, and pray they forgive me for any mistakes in the past, And I thank God for relieving my family, from my ministry, because my ministry has followed me my whole life, and it pulled my family into it too, and it did put my family at jeopardy. My ministry put my family at jeopardy. It did. And that's why I had to be patient the whole time. I had to be patient the whole time. And I had to do things with love and care and precision. And even when I had to be assertive and stand up and fight, you still got to do it in love, and do it in a way where everything is not just utterly destroyed in the end. And because my family is stable, and none of the people that we've helped over the years, they're not destroyed. Everybody's doing well, technically, you know what I'm saying? Even among some challenges, everyone is still doing well. That's how effective I am. That's how in tune to the Holy Ghost I am. Now, is everything perfect? No. Nothing's perfect. I don't expect perfection. I don't. But I know if people want to get back to a place of hot passion, especially with someone new, then, you're going to have to put some work into yourself. You're going to have to be honest about what has happened in the past with yourself. Don't worry about talking to other people about it. Don't worry about that. Just be honest with your damn self. So when you look in the mirror, seeking justice, when you look in the mirror, seeking justice, it comes with honesty. Honesty. And so people may say, well, I hope you learned your lesson, bringing your ministry into your home. Well, no, I'm thankful that it still ended up successful, because everyone at the end of the day has a home, roof over their head, they're eating some food and got transportation. So my ministry works, even in the midst of conflict, even in the midst of temptation and sin and all that crazy stuff that can go down. But I was disobedient to God. I was disobedient to God. I can't speak for anybody else in the family, but my disobedience opened the door for a lot of shit to come in. Even in my ministry, And so even now, even after, separation, headed to divorce, I have people in my life that they're healing me. They're healing me and I'm healing them. We're healing each other. It's a family. I'm working with a family, and they have access to my apartment just like I always do. This is nothing new. I let people into my heart. I let people into my home so that they can heal. Okay? That's just who I am. And I do case by case. God always sends somebody. So I know that one day, if I end up with a brick and mortar church, which I don't even have to have a brick and mortar church, I'm okay with just wherever I live, just find somewhere to go, you know. But let this, Dr. Alicia the Preacher, be my ministry. It's just online, my online ministry. I'm the pastor of this. I'm the pastor of this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already a pastor. I'm pastoring right now. If you've been following me and you listen to me and, you know, you agree on a thing or two and you try to apply some of it to your life and you see it's helping you, and then I'm your pastor. You don't have to go to a physical building to have a pastor. Your pastor can be right online. Well, I'm Dr. Alicia the Preacher, and I'm a pastor, so. And this is my church, so welcome. Thank you for being here. And please click like and subscribe. And you can donate to my church. Pay your tithes, send offering, whatever you want to do. It's your life. Let God lead you. And if he led you to me, then so be it. My Cash App is $ Dr. Alicia the Preacher, just like on my channel. And you can email me for, if you resonated with this reading at all, about, you know, don't let the distractions throw you off during this season. Focus on your thoughts. Focus on, you know, you. Focus on you. Get back emotionally stable. Things may feel out of whack and unbalanced, like there's no justice at the moment. It's just temporary. And enjoy yourself. Celebrate. Just because you're going through a divorce don't mean that everything failed. No. You still got something to celebrate. You left out of that marriage with something. Come on now. Keep it real. You may be angry and hurt and disappointed and all that, but there's still some joy there. There's some happy memories and things to have celebrated about it. It's all about your attitude and your perception of things. As far as new love, there is new love coming. There's new love. But you're going to have to bring justice within your own mind, justice within your own heart. Because a lot of times when you're separated and divorced, you can't agree on shit. You can't even talk to each other, let alone agree enough to have closure. Some people never get closure. Never. And that's okay. But you got to bring your own justice within your heart and your mind about the situation, so that when the new person comes, you can be all in. Be all in. And remember to let new people know that you love them every damn day. I mean, when I say every day, let them know every day. And don't let it be like, I love you. No, I love you. Have a good night. No, let it be like this. You know, like, baby, you know, it's been a long day at work. But it ain't nothing like coming home, seeing your face. It ain't nothing like coming home to a good cooked meal. Ain't nothing like coming home and having a woman who massage your feet with coconut oil, massage your legs. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the kind of woman I am. I mean, I was a stay-at-home wife and mom, and I'd rather be right now, rather be at 51, you know, retired at my husband's feet, massaging his feet with coconut oil. That's what I want to be doing. But, you know, we ain't there. So, but it's coming. It's coming for me. I may not even be married, you know. It might be somebody out there who feel this way about me. They just want to tell me they love me every day and mean the shit. You know, I mean, really, really mean they love me. Like, girl, I could just suck your toes. You know what I mean? I love you. You know what I mean? You know, girl, let me feed you some grapes. You know, you know, be naked with me. You know, running through the fields. Find some open field where we can just run naked together. You know, stuff like that. That kind of relationship is coming for me. Somebody that can match my fearlessness, match my energy, match my, I just don't give a fuck about what the hell else is going on. Somebody don't care about their reputation. When I learned not to care about my reputation, I don't care if it's good or bad, then I became free. Okay, so what's wrong with being a hoe? I mean, you know, the Bible is full of hoes and prostitutes and shit. And they seem to be okay. Jesus talked to them personally. He actually used them more than other women. I'm just saying. So when I got over the fear of having a bad reputation, then I was like, okay, then my life changed. My life changed and I became less suicidal. I'm not as suicidal today as I was 9 years ago because I didn't give a fuck about being considered a hoe. I didn't give a fuck about my reputation no more. So when, this is what I want in a partner. Somebody don't give a fuck about their reputation, don't give a fuck about nothing else but loving me. That's what I want, because I'm going to match that shit. I match the energy. I make sure you love me with all you got. You will never be homeless. We going to have a good retirement. You love me with all you got. You ain't going to be a broke brother. That's for sure. No broke brothers over here. If you broke, it's because you want to be broke. It's impossible to be with me and let me be in all my glory and you be broke. Because I ain't no broke bitch. I'm not made of broke. I mean, wealth is all, I'm the anointing of wealth. I just ain't had the right partners to bring out the wealth in me. I've had 2 husbands and neither one of them motherfuckers brought the wealth out. But the wealth is coming. I just got to be all the way divorced because I need both of them ex-husbands to see what they missed out. They got, I mean, it's not about me trying to prove no points, but I've been preaching this shit for years. I've been preaching how great I am. I've been telling people what my calling is, what my energy is, what my vision is. I've been telling people for years what my vision is. But when people don't believe you, they don't invest in you. They don't, But somebody gonna notice me. Somebody gonna notice me and notice how much passion and love and desire and hope and vision in me. And if they don't, fuck them. I'm just gonna go on. I have justice within myself. I'm going on. I'm going on to my millions by myself. I ain't begging no motherfucker to be rich with me. I mean, I'm saying, you shouldn't have to beg nobody to be wealthy with you. They should be able to see the wealth in you and want to hold on to it with you. But when you marry someone that don't have the same vision, the same dream as you, and they got their own, so that's how they're going to miss out on some millions, especially if their dream is not as big as yours. They're limiting themselves. They're limiting you and they're limiting themselves. So it's important that people who are like me and you have a huge, big calling on your life, you finish your commitment to the other people because, you didn't have to marry them. You didn't have to marry them because you know how big your calling was on your life. You the one settled. I settled twice. That's on me. So I finished my commitment with both. I took them far as I could, and now it's me. And I don't think I'm going to let nobody else come along and trip me up. I don't want no more distractions in my life. And if I ever got married again, it's because they're already where I'm at. They already where I'm at. You know what I mean? They already there. Waiting on me. I want somebody that's waiting on me finally. Like, girl, where you been? I've been living this life and I've been waiting on you. I'm tired of having to build somebody up. Pump somebody up. I'm tired of having to do that. I'm tired. I already know what I want. I already know who I am. So why waste my energy on other people's shit? That don't make no sense. And then I come up shortchanged. Every time. I ain't benefit, other than like having children, which is an inheritance of the Lord right there. That's the greatest inheritance you can have. A spiritual inheritance of the Lord. But it's this natural inheritance. I know what I want. So why do I keep buying into somebody else's dream? That makes no sense. Marriage don't work for me because I don't want to buy into nobody else's dream at the cost of my own. So my next husband gonna have to be somebody that's already where I'm at. Already where I'm at. And where I'm at in the spirit is in great places. I'm in some great places in the spirit. It's just catching up in the natural. Where I'm at in the spirit of God, the natural just, whew, I don't even know if the natural can express what's on the inside of me. But it's just a matter of time before some of it, starts to overflow. So I'm just putting up my cards and everything. And thank you all. And if you want an additional, if you resonate with this at all, and you feel like, it's hitting home, go ahead and email me at drleishathepreacher@gmail.com to get an additional reading on here. I love you guys so much. And I enjoy being your pastor for the moment. I'm just going to claim it. I mean, there is nothing I can't have. Nothing. In heaven, in hell, there's nothing I can't have. Nothing. Period. That's just how I feel and that's how I believe, And do I ask for everything? No, I don't ask for everything. I don't need everything. I just don't. Right now, I just want to